From the Oklahoman's video studio, welcome to the Rescue Rundown. I'm Dave Morris, joined by Abby Wolf from the Central Oklahoma Humane Society. How are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing quite well, and who's our little friend this week?
This is Blitz, and she is a 2-month-old boxer mix who has some opinions here in the last few minutes.
Look at the nose.
I know, little spots of pink and black on her nose is adorable.
And she's bored already.
We're sorry, Blitz.
Wow, excuse us.
Riveting stuff.
But that said, Blitz just had a large breakfast, right?
Yes, yeah, she actually just had a big breakfast and has a big puppy belly to support that fact. So she's probably needing a nap right now.
What do we know about Blitz? How did you guys come across Blitz?
We came by Blitz via the shelter, so the Oklahoma City Animal Welfare, and she is actually kind of shy for a puppy her age, but kind of comes out of her shell little by little, and especially likes to, tell you her distaste vocally. So we might be hearing from her about
she doesn't
how
like
she's
one little doggy biscuit. She likes a different doggy biscuit.
Exactly, and apparently she had 3 or 4 this morning.
Well, speaking of food, this week on the Rescue Rundown, we're going to talk about foods you should or maybe should not feed your cat or dog, or the plants or flowers you may have around the house.
That's
or
right.
Around the outside of the house.
That's right. I've been driving around Oklahoma City and seeing the gorgeous tulip bulbs and just gorgeous flowers, and everybody's working in their yards because the weather's getting nice. And so I did a little research, and I found out that there are several plants, especially in Oklahoma, that we should try to avoid our pets from ingesting.
Well, first of all, let's talk about what those are, what people need to look for, and then what the effect might be. But first of all, what makes the list here?
What makes the list, and these are just a few of some of the common plants or vegetables in your garden that could actually harm your pet. So top of the list is azaleas, those gorgeous pink flowers that everybody loves. Yeah. But not good for your animal to eat. Castor beans are another one. Those aren't as common here. They're more common in like California.
What are castor beans?
Castor
I saw your
beans-
list here and I'm like, okay, second topic. I don't even know what a castor bean is.
Yeah, my grandfather actually used to have one of these in his yard. It's a big tree.
I'm going to Google a castor bean during this.
I know he sent in some pictures. So castor beans, if you happen to have them, those are the most dangerous to your pet and can cause actual neurological damage.
Wow.
Yeah. Another one is English ivy. How common is that? Ingesting English ivy can definitely lead to some issues. Lily of the valley, those are the ones that hang with the little flowers in a row. And an oleander. Oleanders are also a very dangerous plant. Those are the big ones with the pink flowers that can grow really tall. Peace lily, those are common funeral flowers or house plants, basically. Lily of the valley a peace lily is actually something that you should really watch out for. This one is the one that shocked me. And I know I didn't see this coming, but tulips, anything with a bulb is dangerous for your pet, especially the bulb portion.
Now, how likely is a dog or cat to munch on a tulip?
Well, dogs like to dig. Some dogs like to dig. It's like the quintessential dog thing to do.
Sure.
And tulips are not very deep within the ground, and when they find them, they can look like a ball or anything that may resemble something round that they would like to play with and then even eat if they're bored. So it's really important, if you have tulips in your yard and your pet spends time out there alone, maybe just either relocate those tulip bulbs or just keep an eye on your dog.
Okay, let's talk effect. Wisteria and rhubarb also make your list.
Yes.
But let's talk what the effect is. You mentioned the castor beans. There could be neurological problems, but
Yeah. Any of these on this list can either make your dog lethargic or your cat lethargic, all the way to being severely ill or worse. So we can talk about permanent damage to digestive systems, to their heart, or even their brain, as being the side effects of eating some of these plants. So it's really important to know.
So what do you do?
The most important thing to do is to check with your vet. If you have some plants that you're not quite sure of course, a good Google search always goes a long way, but talking to your vet to make sure that these plants are safe for your pet, especially when they know your pet and know the habits of your pet, and then just keeping a close eye, not leaving them alone whenever the flowers are in bloom a whole lot, and just kind of keeping an eye on that, it goes a long way.
Something else we've mentioned on this show, I have a couple cats, and I was Googling once what foods are safe, human foods are safe for cats. Mostly not. It's kind of discouraged, right?
Yeah, just stick to dog food and cat food for the most part when feeding your pet. Table scraps in moderation and specific kinds won't do much harm, but it's just best to be safe. In my mind, if I were to feed an animal something that were to make it sick, I would feel terrible about it. And I know none of us really want to do that.
Which also might say something about my cooking in that case. But.
True. But especially when it comes to cats, their systems can be pretty delicate. So let's just stick with the cat food.
Specifically, I was looking at like salads and greens. Cats love grass and things like that. But for the most part, just stay with stuff designed for cats.
Let's just be safe rather than sorry.
All right, it is a stormy, allegedly could be stormy day in Oklahoma City. It is spring in Oklahoma after all. It's kind of gloomy and cloudy out there.
It is.
So with storm season, that brings upon tag, and it's very important to keep track of your dogs and cats and your animals.
In Oklahoma, the wind can blow open a gate very easily around here. I mean, it can blow over a person if you're not careful.
Very true.
So with that threat of the severe weather coming throughout the season, let's make sure that right now we're reminding ourselves to tag our pets, because what's the first thing that somebody does whenever they find a pet loose on the street?
There's a stray dog, you look for a tag.
You look for a tag. And so tags are a cheap, easy way to make sure that your pet is safe. And National Tag Day is coming.
Who knew there was a National Tag Day?
Of course, there's a national
everything, right?
Yes. That's April 1st. This is no April Fool's joke, I promise you. This is actual National Tag Day.
Just like last week was National Puppy Day, right?
Yes.
As it turned out.
In fact, it was. What a great day.
April 1st is National Tag Day, and
yes.
You guys are in the game here on this.
We are. I mean, we have several tag machines. We're going to be opening them up to the public. You can drop by, donate if you would like to, but we're handing out free tags at our adoption center. That's at 7500 Northwestern, to make sure everybody is safe and sound this spring.
Now I'm going to have that song playing in the back of my mind all day long, that tag song from
about
a couple years.
tags?
Popping tags.
We'd like for them to stay on.
Something else about severe weather, you should always check on the elderly in severe weather case. Bring in the animals, right?
Yeah, if there's a hail threat, I think there might be one today. If there is a hail threat, it's just best to be safe. Anything as small as a golf ball size piece of hail can do a lot of damage, especially to the little ones like this gal. So just better to be safe than sorry. Also with the gates, with wind, debris flying around and all that stuff, it's just best to be safe, yeah.
There's one thing we learned from that movie: cows can fly, so certainly dogs can. I'm kidding. All right, how did Blitz get her name? Do we know?
I don't know, but I could make up something for you if you would like. Blitz, I don't know that Blitz actually fits her personality, to be honest with you. So maybe we need a new name for her. What do you think?
Yawned off the top of the show. So.
Yeah, maybe it's Sleepy.
All right, Abby, great to see you as always. Francis as well, sitting right off the cameras there. Next week, though, we have a special guest who's joining us next week, and we're going to feed a kitten. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, so our CEO is going to be stopping in for Rescue Rundown when I'm going to be out, and her name is Susanna Della Maddalena.
We've had her on before.
Yes, and she is excited to talk about kitten season. We've talked about kitten season before, but she is going to try to bring some very special guests and perhaps do some dirty jobs type stuff and bottle feed some kittens. So stay tuned.
Be good stuff.
Absolutely.
Right. Abby Wolf, Francis off camera here from the Central Oklahoma Humane Society. Thanks so much for stopping in. We certainly appreciate that.
Thank you for having us.
More information can be found at okhumane.org, and more of these episodes can be found online at newsok.com.